make our grand finals head underway. On one side, we have a team that is absolutely the best team of the year, but on the other side, the strongest team of the tournament. On one side, we have three-time major winners, and on the other side, TI winners, but only one can claim the Aegis.
I've seen a lot of TIs, Cap. We are going back 12 editions of this right now. We have seen lower bracket runs, we've seen upper bracket runs, we have seen First Bloods, we have seen Roshans, but one thing is absolutely clear to me right now at TI-12, in the heart of Dota in Seattle, these two teams are undoubtedly the best two teams in the world right now, and both of them are absolutely terrifying.
And that's exactly why Gaimin Gladiators stacked the bounty runes, but they failed to be able to claim the first blood.
And TeamSpirit put a stop to the speed and the tempo in which they are playing these games. Because right now, nobody across all of those series has been able to do it. A lot of these games have not gone past the 25-minute mark. So you need to slow it down, you need to play your game, or at least take it back to them. And if there is one team in the world that can accomplish that, it is TeamSpirit, who have shown that they are no slouches when it comes to the first 10 minutes, particularly the laning phase.
Yes, this laning phase is going to be the ultimate test for this best of 5. It's going to be a long journey to get through this finals. And who walks away winning this laning phase could just end up winning the entire thing, as Maposhka will end up going down. Tofu finally claims first blood.
Scary hero to give a lead off to here, especially when once more Gaimin have a lot of tempo that can just go with ace, go through these objectives, play with that Bear's timings. But I like what Spirit have brought out here in game 1, right? These are a lot of heroes that are not afraid to skirmish early and take it straight back to you.
Death against Tofu will end up helping to get the kill onto Tofu. They are definitely winning this lane. They're walking away with it a bit.
And that's going to be fast over corrosion for the Bear. That's going to give him a lot of chase down potential in this lane.
He's still going to fight it. Maposhka, he has that extra little bit of heal. They end up dying the Bear. That's going to be 300 gold over to Yatoro, but Ace can keep up that pressure with a fresh resummon.
Just taking over a lot of these lanes. All of a sudden you get a Bear kill back. A lot of golden XP for Yatoro. He can start to regain momentum in this lane. This is a very strong lane for TeamSpirit. Tree Weaver. There's not much that beats this, so this just shows how strong this offlane is for Gaimin as well. So they're combating the bug.
Such a massive win if they could actually bring down Ace, but Yatoro's going to have to try and go for Tofu instead, who gave up his own life to be able to kill the bug on Ace to protect his core. He does die, HP. But if Yatoro gets caught by an entangle here, it's going to be a heavy punish.
Beastmaster can trade on the map. That's another objective that TeamSpirit can look for as this game progresses.
I feel like out of all the players on Gaimin Gladiators, it's definitely Duraccio.
That's a resummon.
Yeah, it is. Ace, he'll lose yet another Bear, and Yatoro's just climbing up the network chart now.
Give him that breathing room. And of course, this is a Treant Protector lineup. We're talking about these objectives, something Gaimin's focused on. If you can keep your towers up, living armor.
The double slows are going to help here, and Quinn's going to come back into this play. Sees an opportunity, but so is Laurel. The two supports are already dead, though. Laurel, he's going to try and bait it out here by using the illusion rune. The first power rune was an illusion rune. Not necessarily one that you feel the best about, but he's going to try and bait it out by showing his illusion mid and seeing if they can catch something in this top lane. Tofu, he's going to be marked there. Couldn't get there in time to snag away the wisdom rune, but they can get this one kill.
But I feel like every time you make one of these aggressive moves on Gaimin in the early game, you're pretty happy with it, right? Because it means they're not going to ace, they're not pushing your tower, and then things like this can start to happen where another kill for Yatoro. He is absolutely out of control.
Oh, and their carry's going to be in trouble as well. Both cores in big trouble here on the side of Gaimin Gladiators, and no TP rotations coming in. So they're just going to run down Duraccio. Do they dive the tower, though? It's a bit scary, and they've run out of resources.
Can you rotate into Yatoro's lane? Is this Weaver killable in the very early game? Calling plus some roots, it's doable. Fact, they're just going to bring everybody up here. Try and go on Ace again. This is when the Lone Druid is susceptible.
Perfect opportunity with the Bear now being put on cooldown. They have done serious damage to Ace, killing him so many times, and even maybe catching Tofu here. Selly's going to try and slow him down, but that's two supports without a real stun. Gaimin Gladiators are here in force, but fortunately the Pango versus the Beastmaster doesn't necessarily leave you the most options. Can't really put to use that Rolling Thunder super well. He's going to try for it anyway, perhaps. Going to force out the Primal Roar. Collapse now going to try and back away with that extra bit of movement speed. Does get hit by the Darkopter ultimate. That's going to slow him down enough. Good snowball pickup from Mira. That buys him a couple of seconds, but Quinn is going to follow that ball. He is perfectly matched to be able to hit them both. The Swashbuckle isn't enough, though. And Duraccio and Quinn are now in trouble. Caught by the coil. Laurel going to lock him down, and there's not much these supports can do to stop it. In fact, they're just going to feed right alongside the other two of Gaimin Gladiators as TeamSpirit in a 5-man move sweep over Gaimin Gladiators, run them down underneath their towers, and even through the portal, Tofu will be denied that exit.
Is deadly. Treant's going to give you the sustain to just push through a lot of this poke damage. You're also missing the support ults. Orta and Silencer are not too strong when they don't.
Oh, got the first silence on him. If they can keep him in place, the dead shot moves him back in, and they have to use the global, but it will get the job done. In this game, it's funny, but I feel like the game plan is kind of swamped where TeamSpirit want to be able to run over Gaimin Gladiators, take these outer towers so they can disrupt that ancient farming, and they're going to go straight to it. No hesitancy whatsoever. Immediate coil put onto Quinn, but they don't really have the strength to be able to bring him down just yet. Protected by all of Gaimin Gladiators, who, again, they saw TeamSpirit in the bottom lane show up as 5. They will do the same here in the mid lane. Quinn looks to find his mark, looks to see if he can drive right on through and straight to Maposhka. He'll find him here in the corner, clear out most of the trees, but Laurel is actually going to bounce back in here.
They're going to retake the fight.
Maposhka's going to stand and fight as best he can, but they picked off Ace immediately. Laurel trying to make his way out, and oh, the silence. Maybe he gets clipped again. He's dead.
They're taking the push to Gaimin, not playing defensive at all. And once more, the aggression continues. No rolling thunder for Quinn right here.
Bubble sounds to try and protect him. Another swashbuckle up in a second. He's actually going to turn and fight as best as possible, but the puck is going to be the end of Quinn.
Maposhka did not go for living armor points early. Hasn't even needed them at this point. And all 3 tier 1s are up. Another aggressive coil play.
Tofu with the calling, trying to protect Mira just outside of that silence. Uses a snowball, try and get some distance. Nice dead shot, though.
Right now, Maposhka just doing some scouting.
2 minutes spot Maposhka, but there's nowhere for him to really run. He knows it too. He's definitely been caught, but he got some good information that'll lead to the pickoff on Ace. He saw all those heroes and he said, guys, this lone druid is alone in the top lane again. Kill him.
TeamSpirit, they're just going to work towards a triple BKB timing eventually. Look towards that second Roshan with it, get the spell and debuff immunity up for the silences that are causing them problems in the fight. Then you're not too worried about anything as Quinn is getting shredded by the death throws.
Yeah, even if you get out the Rolling Thunder, the physical damage from Yatoro is too much for him to handle. Tofu was kind of desperate, wanted to be able to get that kill on Mira, maybe trying to take away the Aegis, but frankly, he doesn't do nearly enough damage right now to deal with this carry, even on low HP like this. Missed the dead shot on Mira. Managed to sidestep that one, and they'll dive Tofu pretty easily. Yatoro does manage to get off the timeline server so barely. Meanwhile, Celery's kicked off in mid. TeamSpirit, they are absolutely outplaying Gaimin Gladiators. This is going to be another team fight, and perhaps another objective taken. 21 minute Wisdom Rune coming up. Tormentor, an object as well. Silence already going out. They're trying to lock down this Weaver, trying to stop him from killing anybody. It gets off the time lapse though. Forces a little bit of a resources out of Gaimin Gladiators. They're just throwing some damage around. Laurel looking at that back line.
You got to be careful of giving Dyrachyo these good flak targets up front, as they're going to trade a bunch of the Bears' HP.
They're still looking for Maposhka over here. They don't have the detection to catch him out.
Something is going wrong with the detection on this tree, and for sure, he's just getting way too much information, way too deep right now. TeamSpirit will play it safe, play it slow. Aegis out in 50 seconds, so you have to think about the timer here.
Look at that burst damage. Quinn caught by the coil and instantly killed by Yatoro. And you can feel it. Yatoro is seeing an opportunity. They're going to be able to cut down Celery, and now he goes in for the kill. The Aegis does expire, but the rest of his team provides the disable. So second life comes back up. He's going to shred through Ace. Looks over to Tofu next. Now, last left, perhaps Dyrachyo trying to run him down. Dyrachyo doing his best he can, but up against 3 different cores, he can't actually fight back. He has to run away. Oh, missing out on the dead shot. Yatoro is unstoppable. He's just diving to the base like it's nothing. He doesn't care if he gets caught. As long as he gets information for his team, he knows all 5 heroes of Gaimin Gladiators are up here, so TeamSpirit are going to slowly approach. They're going to group up together and take this fight.
Yatoro just time-lapse to the fountain and back to get his BKB. He will not have time-lapse for this fight. He says, I don't need it.
Overgrowth with the 3-man coil. It's looking beautiful, and Yatoro's right in there with his fresh BKB. Delay the damage in these cores. Once again, Ace has no chance with the bear, and of course the Beastmaster's going to lock down that ball. You're not going anywhere, Quinn. They're going to catch more. Tofu's going to be the last one down. Dyrachyo only survives because of his TP.
I don't know if you know what's coming for you right now, but you're not going to like it.
It's going to be a shot to the back of the head. Gone. Blown away by Yatoro, and they catch Quinn in the mid lane. They don't need Yatoro to make this kind of play.
Has AC Aura behind him now as well, so that Deso plus the Swarm plus the AC is just going to amp this physical through the roof right now, which makes this high ground siege a lot more tempting.
Here goes to the jump. BKB immediately activated by Dyrachyo, but there's that physical damage. Dyrachyo, he can't actually stand up against Yatoro and has to back away to the valley. Yatoro, yeah, he's just going to go for it. See if he can enter it. He got it! Oh, no way!
You're talking about a high ground break mechanism. If they really get in a stalemate and need it, he's going to kick someone out, and Yatoro just runs straight into them.
Pops his BKB, turns around. Oh man, that damage is just building up so quickly. Quinn's got it in an instant, so is the bear. Dyrachyo battling up against Laurel, but the big bad boss of the fight is definitely Yatoro. And once he turns his eye on a hero,
absolutely
disappears.
over.
Game over for this one. The Team Spirit making absolutely no qualms about shutting Gaimin Gladiators out in their own style. 33 minutes and it's done.
Such a one-sided game one. I mean, nice lower bracket run, right? Welcome to the grand finals.